Hey guys, welcome back to another cooking video with your one and only Claudiecooks in the kitchen. Yay! Today we're going to do some Jamaican fish tea soup, but of course it's Claudiecooks, so she's going to throw in a few different ingredients as well. What are we waiting for? Let's get cooking, people. Yay! All of the ingredients will be listed in the link below for you. Okay, I've got a pan of water boiling here. It's about 2.7 liters of water. I'm just going to turn that down a bit. Right into the water, we're going to add a bay leaf, some spring onion, ginger, thyme, and I'm using some stalk from the parsley and coriander. This is just to flavor the water before I start adding the first lot of ingredients. I've also got some garlic here. I'm just going to add some to the pan, followed by some pimento and pink peppercorn, and I've got about 3 cloves there that I'm adding. You know, this is just for flavor, but of course if you don't want to add those, you don't have to. All optional. And I've got an onion here. Just going to give that a little stir to help it along. And I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to let it infuse for about 5 minutes. So I'll see you back in 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes now, and that's what we're looking like. Time to add some other ingredients. Adding some pumpkin, that's a cup. Same for the carrot. Half a cup of celery, half a cup of leek, a cup of Cho-Cho, and some yellow yam. Just going to give that a little stir. Beautiful colors, very autumnal, winter. Sweet corn, some potato, some green banana. Right, I'm going to cover that and I'm going to bring it to the boil before I add the dumplings. Right, we've brought it to the boil now. Right, we're just going to give that a little stir. It's time to add the dumplings, but I've already made the dumplings. I've kneaded the flour. However, if you want to know how to make dumplings, please look at my channel and you will see during one of my soup videos and also my fried dumpling, there is information on how to make dumpling. But today we're not going to make the traditional round dumplings. We'll be making ones like this. We call them pinners. Alright, so little dumplings. When you have fish tea soup, it's not like chicken soup or the other Jamaican soups, right? It's more of a thinner consistency. So this won't be a thick, rich soup. Usually we'll have it if we're feeling unwell and it's something to nourish us back to good health. Okay, I've made all of the dumplings already and I've thrown in a few little tiny round ones. I couldn't help myself. And I'm just going to cover that and I'm going to let it cook for about 10 minutes before I add the fish and the seasoning. So I will see you back in 10 minutes. Gosh, it's smelling so lovely in the kitchen. You can tell this is really good for you. Let's get on with it. But I've got some okra in here. I'm keeping some of them whole and some of them I've sliced them into bite-sized pieces. I've got some green seasoning here, which I'm going to add to it for a bit more flavor. Black pepper, salt to taste. I'm going to add some fish tea soup mix. You can put it in with the noodles in it, or you can sift the noodles out through a strainer, but I'm going to put it all in there because this is a big pot of soup. I'm going to give this good mix, and I've got some more spring onion, scallions, some thyme, and I've got some coriander and parsley on that, just to bring the flavors up again, because don't forget we've been cooking it for quite some time now, so we need to raise the flavor up again. And we have got some Scotch bonnet here. I've not pierced it because I don't want it to be too hot, and I'll be adding in the rest of the whole pimento and some pink peppercorns and just a few more slithers of the garlic, elevating the flavors a bit more. And I'm going to add a bit of Old Bay seasoning to that as well, just to get a contrast of different flavor. And this is about 1/4 teaspoon, and the same for the seasoning here. Let's give this a little mix to incorporate all the flavors. Just gonna have a little taste test here. We need a little bit more salt. We're also going to add some garlic granules, all-purpose seasoning, and onion granules. Going to add a bit more fish seasoning to that, and just a bit more salt, because this is a big pot of soup and we need the flavors to pop. We need it to have taste and flavor. You can see that this is quite a thin soup, and that's what we're looking for. Let's have another taste. And please just keep tasting your soup until you get that flavor that you want. Okay, that's what all cooking is all about. Taste, taste, taste until you reach that perfect taste that you're looking for. Oh my goodness, how could I have forgotten about my liquid Maggi? Oh my goodness, this is the Caribbean. Woohoo! Yes, time to add the fish. Let's put the fish in. I seasoned the fish up overnight. All of the seasonings that I've used on the fish, right, I've listed it so you can use the same seasoning if you so desire. So there's going to be some more flavor here, so we're going to let that cook for about 12 to 15 minutes, and we will be back in a moment or two. Okay, that's it, all done. And I've added a few little extra seasoning to this because I've tasted it and add a bit more water. So I've added a bit more salt, I've added a fish stock cube, and I've also splashed an extra bit of Maggi seasoning on it. I've squeezed a bit of lime juice just to give a pop of freshness, and for me it's perfect the way it is. But of course, please taste throughout the cooking process and get it to the flavor you want it to get, and that for me is good. I'm going to let it sit for a while just to cool down for a bit before I plate up. So I'll see you back in a little while. And just to note, right, I didn't want my fish breaking up into the pan, you know, breaking out to a mush. You know, I want to have bits of fish on my plate, so that's why I have not mashed it out into the soup, because I like to taste my fish. Time to plate up. Right, I've already taken the fish out because I didn't want it to break up. Right, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of lemon and parsley over this, and hey presto, we are ready. And there you have it, guys, my Jamaican fish tea soup. Enjoy.